Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So today we are going to do a review of the HWK, otherwise known as the Hawk 30 or HWK 30, Hawk 30. I think that's kind of what people have been calling is it the Hawk because it's HWK. Um, I'll forewarn you right now, the replays you're going to watch are nothing special, spectacular. I suck in light tanks. I'm not going to lie to you, but I show you um, the very first match I have in it. Actually, showed the very first two matches I had in it. One was a loss, one was a win, and really, it was really not much of any help. It has wicked good vision, and the gun is kind of subpar, especially if you're low tier. I did play a total of 7 matches or 8 matches with it. Actually, I think I can look. Where is it? Oh, here we are. 5 matches. Um, I think we won two. Well, yeah, by 40% win rate. And you can see my damage really sucked ass. I've never claimed to fame on light tanks, but out of all those matches, I think I was top tier once, and the other 4 times bottom tier. So it seems like, well, that's your typical tier 8, though. So I can't really blame it on, because it's a light tank, you're going to be in bottom tier all the time. It's just because it's a tier 8. But anyways, let's go over the specs on this real quick and get some gameplay going for you. Um, like I said, the gun on this, very subpar. Uh, Average damage is 240. Your average penetration on its standard round, which is nice that it's APCR, but it only has 187 pen. So plan on bouncing a lot of shots. And not off you, but shooting at your enemies. 250 for your premium, and its heat. You do get 102 for your HE round, which I didn't realize that before. Is that just a regular HE round, or is that Hesh or something? No, it's just a HE round. Wow, they really gave the HE round on that. 102. Whew, that's pretty damn good. 240 average damage for your standard and your premium, 320 for your HE. Average damage per minute is 2,000. Dispersion is 0.36. Aim time is 2.1 seconds. Mine's a little bit better because of the crew I got in it. If you buy it now while it's available, obviously you're probably not watching this video, but it does come with a fully trained 100% crew. So you get to pick your first crew skill basically. So, rate of fire for mine is 9.66 rounds or 6.21 seconds as your reload. Your gun traverse is fast at 43.81. Really nice. Hull traverse is really nice at 52.15. Spins fast. It's a light tank, though. What do you expect? The nice thing about this is you get negative 10 gun depression plus 18, and I believe you get a little bit better than negative 10 off the sides of the tank. Um, I'm not sure exactly what it is. I didn't go to Armor Inspector or anything, but I believe it's probably like 10 and a half or 11 off the sides. Um, Aim time is 2.01 seconds. I went with gun rammer, vertical stabilizers, and coated optics. Dispersion on mine is 0.35. Average damage per minute is 2318. You get 1,150 hit points. Armor is non-existent. On the hull in the front, you get 25. On the turret, you get 20. On the turret, you get 20 all the way around. On the hull on the side, you get 20. And in the rear, you get 8. So hopefully you don't get hit with HE because it will mess you up, and it will mess you up pretty bad. It's only 28.3 tons. Don't go slamming into stuff because you will take damage and you will not really hurt much of anything else but yourself. You get a nice engine, 800 horsepower. Specific power to weight is awesome at 28.27. Top speed is 70 in forward, 24 in reverse, which is really nice with that 24 in reverse because it'll get you out of some sticky situations. Your concealment, 18.16, sitting still and on the move, which is pretty good. Not the best, but it's pretty darn good. View range, awesome, 458. So you will be spotting a lot of vehicles. I think that's what I should have done on the last map is made a beeline for that bush up on the, would have been north, south, east side. Yeah, east side of the map, in the valley, kind of. If I would have made it up in that bush, I would have been spotting stuff like crazy, probably. And signal range is 745. So, don't hold your breath. Don't write home about these next two replays you're going to watch because they're nothing special. I suck in light tanks, so I'll forewarn you, they are pretty sad. I did light up a lot of vehicles, though. But anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll be right back with some gameplay and post-game stats for you. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So here is the new Hawk 30. And let me pause this just real quick. So right off the bat, as I always say, I suck in light tanks. I'm not going to lie to you. I had an issue right off the bat. I've had it a few times, not quite a few times, but a few times since the last update, the last patch, where every once in a while I lose all my consumable keys, like 1, 2, 3 for changing your ammo, and then 4, 5, and 6 for using your repair your track or first aid kit or whatever you got it set up for. So I took off on this map, attempted to make it up on the hill. I got 3/4 way up on the hill, got tracked, and could not fix my track. I sat there, and my team, unfortunately, there was somebody behind me, I think one of the E25s, and unfortunately, he got tore up pretty bad. I don't know if he died or if he got just tore up and lost most of his health because of me, but I don't want you to think I intentionally did that. I just I couldn't fix my track. I had to wait for basically the crew that I have in it to fix it and then go up the hill rest of the way. By the time I made it up there, I was pretty much dead. Artillery splashed next to me and took me out. But it's first match, like I say, you see what you get. I will never sugarcoat a match. I'll never go out and do, 3,000-4,000 damage and be like, oh yeah, look at that, that was my first match. No. I want you to see what it actually can and can't do. It is fast. If there is a wheeled vehicle on your team, it'll blow you away 70 kilometers. Let me turn the volume down on this. I actually must have turned it up on accident. Oh, I did. I know I did. So let me crank this down just a little bit. It's the vehicles that usually get you really because they're super loud. And I want you guys to be able to hear my lovely voice. Alright, so, whoops. Anyways, I'm making a run for the hill. You can see that I had to cut over to the right so I didn't, kill myself. And I got the two E25s, and you can see the speed of this. It is fast. I mean, we're still, what are we doing? 50-some kilometers an hour up the hill. At this point, though, obviously I didn't know there was an issue with my keys not working. I get in front of this E25 right here. And I'm going to look at this view so I can see if he did get out of there or if he ended up dying because of me. I did apologize to him right after it happened, obviously, well, after I was dead. But you can see we're lighting up the enemy team here pretty good. And I get my track picked off. He gets his track picked off. Somebody nailed him. And they nailed him again. And he went down there. So he didn't die because of me. I think he still probably would have lost that amount of health even if I were still going up the hill, because he still got hit in the ass, right here when he come around that corner. The guy still hit him. Even though I was sitting here, he still would have got hit there for that 644 damage. That took 90% of his health. The second shot, yeah, if I weren't sitting here, he would have been able to he could have actually still made it around me. Because that thing's so small, he should have been able to squeeze right in here. Oh, yeah, he should have easily been able to go around me, but he didn't. He decided to go down here. Why, I don't know. Maybe he just kind of freaked out. But anyways, I apologize to him. But I had to sit here and wait for my crew to fix the track. And you can see I'm quite a ways down on my health. Artillery just splashed next to me. Took 149 off me with a splash. I think I get hit by something as soon as I get up on the hill here, too. Yeah, I got pretty well wrecked just getting up on the hill. I get plugged by something here in a minute. I went to light up anything in this part of the field. I could have swore by the time I got to the top of the hill, I had literally nothing left for health. Alright, so Scorpion G did hit me, and that knocked me down to 76 health. He ended up setting right up in here, that little spot right over here somewhere. He had a hell of a game too. But I shot the E25 with a, I think that was actually a premium round, and it bounced, and I loaded a standard round. and we're able to take him out, but artillery, because I'm lit up like a Christmas tree. I don't have 6 cents on this, but I must have been lit up like a Christmas tree, or when I take a shot at this, or actually I thought I took a shot, I guess I didn't. But boom, yep, so very crappy, unfortunately, match for me. But like I said, coming up the hill, I lost a lot of the health that I had, and the scorpion picked me off for a good chunk. We did light up. We only got 191 assisted damage, but we did light up a lot of the enemy team. But yeah, so I wanted to see the E25 coming up the hill. If that was due to all me, but it wasn't. The first shot he got hit with took like 600 and some of his health, so that he was going to lose no matter what. That was regardless of me sitting there or not. The second shot, yeah, he did lose some damage because of me. That one was because I was just kind of sitting there taking a nap, but that's because my keys didn't work. I don't have it happen a lot, but it does happen once in a while, and when it does, you're screwed. It really screws you. Oh, you can see he just said something, or a fucking dick or something. And I assumed he was talking to me. So I did apologize to him, and he says, "Oh, cool, that's fine, I understand." Because I'm like, "Hey, my keys went out." Explain what happened, so he knew I wasn't just sitting there like an asshole. Because you'll get people that will do stuff like that just so that you get, just to be a dink. But I didn't do it to be a dick. I just did it because it was an accident. Keys weren't working. They didn't work the whole match. I couldn't use any of my stuff. Couldn't couldn't even. I'm wondering. Oh, no, I shot all the rounds I shot were all standard because I couldn't even switch it to premium. That's right, at the beginning of the match. So, yeah, I shot all standard rounds in this. Yeah, he says, "You fucking dick." Oh my fucking God, he says. It was a complete, that if he's got anybody to bitch at, he needs to, call Wargaming and say, "Fix your game," because that was completely not my fault. Um, well, it was my fault in a way because I went up the hill, but obviously that's why I was going up the hill was to try and get lights for our team. I didn't plan on my buttons not working. But yep, so that was the first game, and it was a shit game, and we go on to lose this game. So anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have another match for you, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, so the new Hawk HWK 30. What do I think of it? Well, my claim to fame has never been light tanks. I've never said I was good at them. My forte is your super heavies, mediums, tank destroyers. Light tanks is at the very end of the plethora of tanks. Anyways, so this was the very first match I had. And also, I had a little bit of an issue, which I obviously pointed out during the match. I lost my keys for using my consumables, like 1, 2, 3 for changing your ammo, 4, 5, and 6 I'd set up for repairing my track, and all so on and so forth. And I asked the team, and I noticed this has happened a couple times since the newest patch, but I asked my team, I said, "Is anybody else having this issue?" And one of the other guys said affirmative. He obviously is too. As I'm going up the hill, I got tracked, couldn't fix my track. Being that this is the first match I took this tank out in, obviously the crew kind of sucks. So I had to sit there and wait for the track to repair on its own. And unfortunately, there was an E25 behind me, and he was pissed. And I don't blame him. It looked like I was just sitting there like a fucking retard. And he ended up getting his ass. I think he either got knocked out or he had very little to no hit points left. So this very first match, by the time I got to the top of the hill, I was a one-shot for anything. I knocked out an E25, went to move, and artillery just had to splash next to me, and that's exactly what happened, knocked me out. You can see it's got a hella set of eyes. I mean, I lit up 6 tanks. Unfortunately, our assisted damage was only 241, and our whopping 64 damage for knocking out the E25. And I had a premium round loaded, which even sucks worse, because I could have knocked him out with a standard round, which we'll go over all that stuff. Well, we already went over that stuff, so. So we're way down here. That doesn't normally happen a lot to me, and I'm blaming it on my keys not working. Obviously, I wouldn't just sit there going, getting shot to shit. Well, my track just waits to repair on its own. So, yeah, that one really sucked. We had 2 shots, 2 hit, 1 pen. And I'm not sure. What did I thought I shot the E25. So what did I bounce a round off an E25? The ammunition on this thing, the standard round sucks ass, and the premium rounds are heat, so they're not much better. Total damage, whopping 64. We got hit 3 times. 3 penned us, yes, because this has absolutely no armor. And we got hit with a lot of artillery was dropping them on our heads. That's actually what killed me, too. We spotted 6, damaged 1, destroyed 1. Damage with our assistance was 241. Ooh. Made 10,595 credits. Yeah. So, anyways. Yeah, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have another game for you because this one sucks so bad, and the next one really isn't that much better. So, like I say, you know, I'm not going to go out there and play 30 matches to sugarcoat it and do a 3. And I could do several matches, get 3,000 damage, and be like, oh, look at this. This is my second game, and it's such a beast, and I got a Master Ace tanker. But I don't do that. It's just not, it's bullshit. You know, it's false advertisement for a tank to make people that are just getting into the game think this thing is just a beast, and well, that guy did 3,000 damage. I'm going to run right out and spend $30 on this and get it so I can do 3,000 damage in it. And they get out there and they get just annihilated, and then they're like, what the hell? What did I do? You know, so I go out. I'm a decent to good tanker. I'm really good in my super heavies and my heavies, mediums, tank destroyers, artillery. Lights at the very back of the in the very back. But I'm decent enough to know where lights go, how to light stuff, how camo works, you know, so on and so forth. So if it's a brand new player starting out, yeah, good luck. But if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some post-game stats for the next match also. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here is match number 2 on Prokhorovka. I don't even know how to pronounce this map. It's been in the game since the game was initiated back in 2010. I still don't know how to pronounce this damn map. Anyways, my plan was to go up here on the ridge and just kind of cut back and forth and see if we could get any lights out of enemies that were coming up through the field, coming up into this valley over here. And we're pretty successful. Right off the bat, we light a lot of the enemy tanks. There was no wheeled vehicles, so I knew I was going to get the jump on them over here. Speed-wise, I was looking at the enemy team. The only thing I saw was the T-49 that I thought would be about the same speed as me. So I will go to the view that I had it on while I was playing the match. Come up over the ridge just enough. And you see we start spotting the enemies pretty good. And I lit up at least 2 there. 3. I ended up lighting like 6 or 7 if I remember right. And I was going to do a UE and go down in that ditch, and I thought, no. Normally I wouldn't back up like that. I would just kind of keep spinning around, but I didn't want to go down. I was afraid I was going to get into that spot and get myself kind of stuck. Got hit by the T-49. He thinks he's not spotted. I believe he at least thought he wasn't spotted. So we get loaded here in a second. It's got a pretty good load time on this, and I can keep spotting him all day long. So he backs down. I didn't want to sit here too long because I was figuring if I did, artillery was just going to end up drilling me. So I wanted to get out of there. So we just kind of spin it around again, and the T-49, I think what he was looking at is getting me out of the game, you know, knocking me out due to the fact that, you know, I've got some pretty good vision with this. So I figured I was going to come up here and kind of do the same roll that we had, and there's a T-49. He's going up that ridge, or right in that valley, and I didn't want him to get up too far because he's just going to light up all these heavies and tank destroyers back that aren't doing anything. This is where I made a mistake. I did do an auto lock, which is fine. That was good. He missed me. Already took a shot at me. This is where I screwed up, though. Right there is where I screwed the pooch. We ended up lighting a lot of the enemy team while I did that, because we lit up the Foch, we lit up the RHM, the 140. We kept all this stuff, the stuff down here in the bushes, lit it all up, and our team was able to get some more spotting damage. But you can see I should have definitely, definitely stayed on this side of the rock. I screwed up and came way over here. So very, very stupid move on my part. Uh, we end up going on to win this. I say it was due to my lighting the enemy team as much as I did. um, it's a great tank. It's got great eyes. It's fast. As long as there's no wheeled vehicles in the match. If there's wheeled vehicles in the match, they're gonna beat you up here. You'll outspot them, but they're gonna get first spots. That's the problem you run into if you're on a mission that you need to spot stuff first. If there's a wheeled vehicle in the match on your team, they'll definitely get eyes on enemies fast and first, but you'll get them on at a further distance. Like that Foch and that RHM, if this would have been a wheel vehicle, they would have never spotted those two tanks. Possibly that medium, they probably might not have spotted either. So, you got your pros and cons with tracked versus wheeled. The wheeled vehicles are blind as a bat, where your tracked vehicles do have a good view range on them. Unfortunately, like I said a million times, I suck in light tanks. But I wanted to at least kind of showcase this so you could see what it can and can't do. Obviously, it's got great vision. It's fast. It can't take a hit for crap, obviously. You're not going to bounce any rounds. But anyways, so it is a fun little tank to play. Um, if you're looking at getting it for the front lines, probably a really good idea if you're looking at, because the view range on this thing is phenomenal. So, you'll be able to spot, enemy heavies and mediums and probably even outspot some of the wheeled vehicles that are, at tier 8. So, if you're a good light player, highly suggest getting it. If you are a light player like myself, you might want to forego it. I mean, I got it because I want to be able to do a review for you guys. So for me, it's, 30 some bucks or whatever. It came with a couple, like things you could get, you get those like stage 1 is just the tank. Stage 2, it'll come with, came with like 3,000 gold. So I ended up getting the second one and it come with some gold and stuff. So it's kind of cool. But you can get the cheapest one, I think it's like $29. But yeah, anyways, I know it's not the best replay in the world, but at least, I hope the review and maybe it'll help you decide, seeing what kind of vision and speed it has, help you determine whether or not you want to get it. Like I said, if you're good in light tanks, go for it. You're going to love it. If you're like me in light tanks, you might want to save your money for a good medium or a heavy that's got some decent armor. So, anyways, you guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield. Alrighty, and that was match number 2. Like I said, I don't play light tanks worth of shit. We did do a substantial amount of assisted damage by lighting up a bunch of tanks on the enemy team. We lit up 7 tanks, and we got 2,867 assisted damage. The T-49, I did screw up, I'll admit it. When I make a mistake, I'll be the first one to tell you, hey, I screwed up. He was further on their side, the enemy side of the hill there. I wanted him gone because he was doing all the spotting on my team. I'd already shot him once. He had been hit by Artie. He was stunned, if I remember right. He was almost dead. I wanted him taken out so he was not going to be lighting our tanks anymore. Unfortunately, I went too far over on the enemy side, got myself killed. But we did take him out. Well, he ended up getting taken out. So it worked, but unfortunately I got taken out too. But you can see that this thing has got some just wicked spotting. Yeah, it's 400 something, 458 view range. Awesome, and it's got concealment's 18.16 even on the move, which is really good. Not as good as some, but it's also a new crew. So, as you play it, your crew is going to get up and built up and so on and so forth. When I play light tanks, and especially this one when it's a tier 10 or there's tier 9s, a lot of tier 9s and 10s in the match, I tend to try lighting more than anything. And that's what I did. As you can see, I lit the object 140. He got nailed for 703. Type 61 lit him. Foch lit him. T49 lit him. He got hit for 965. VK 100 OMP. I lit him. He got hit for 343. We lit the STG and we lit the RHM Waffenträger, and he got hit for 856. And we actually bounced around from him. I think he knocked my track off actually. Um, the gun on this standard round subpar 187 pen, 250 for your premium, but it's heat. So I went on the basis that I was going to try, stay moving, get lights for my team, and really not try and shoot too much. Um, then I went after the T-49. So I, shoved it my own keister, basically. Anyways, so yeah, we did, actually, wow, that's pretty sad. 435 damage. We actually won this match too, didn't we? Yeah. Um, I can't believe I out-damaged some of these. That's crazy. Our base experience, because of getting so much assisted damage, we were quite a ways up here. So that was nice. But we had 5 shots, 2 hit, 2 pen, 435 damage from a distance of more than 300 meters, 200 of that. Um, its average damage is 240, so it's a light tank. What do you expect? We got hit 5 times, 4 pen, 1 bounce. We got 7 spotted, damage 1. Damage for our assistance was 2867, and we made 29,918 credits. Like I said, I screwed up. That was my own fault. I should have gone. I went way too far on the enemy side of the hill, and I got myself screwed. But it is pretty fast. If there's a light or a wheeled vehicle on your team, they'll easily outrun you. So I think 70 kilometers an hour was the top speed on this. Yeah. And you'll hit that 70 and you'll maintain it. It's got a pretty good engine for a light tank. So you'll get to that speed and you'll maintain it. But yeah, you have absolutely no armor. But like I said, if there's a wheeled vehicle on your team or the enemy team, they will outrun you easily and they will get to a spot way before you will. But the thing is, you can outlight the wheeled vehicle tanks because they have no spotting view range where you do. 458 with what my setup. I do have, coated optics, but it's got a real good view range. So people that actually know how to play light tanks, they'll probably be really successful with this. Like I said, my claim to fame has never been light tanks. I've never said I could play them worth a shit. I'm just trying to do a semi sort of decent review for you so you can see what it can do. Obviously, damage-wise, I didn't do crap. But spotting, we did do a lot of spotting, and our team, and this match at least, was able to get a lot of damage in there because of our spotting. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.